Hello, I'm Thomas Schwingle, a professional cinematographer based in Los Angeles. I wanted to share a method I use for attaching tube lights, or any smaller, lightweight sources, to walls and surfaces that are not easy to mount to, especially when you need to be non-destructive, like a historic building or any rented location where they aren't going to appreciate holes in their walls. Some difficult surfaces I've encountered in my career are ones that don't like tape or adhesives. Surfaces like concrete, cinder block, or brick. They're all versions of stone or rock, and they are resistant to adhesives because the granular structure of the material can shed or erode away. If they are painted, you have a better chance of making an adhesive work. One of the most difficult surfaces to adhere to is raw brick. So in this video, I will show my trick for mounting lights to brick. You'll need the following resources, which can easily be found on your set or hopefully in a nearby store. Industrial strength Velcro, a heavy-duty tape. I like Gorilla brand black tape. If you're mounting to a surface that is painted white, you may want white tape if you need it to blend in. Gaffer's tape is not going to be right for this job. You want something that has texture similar to duct tape, a vinyl-like texture with great adhesion. Rubbing alcohol and clean rags or paper towels, a little bit of water, a basic color tape for marking, or you can use an erasable pencil to mark the wall, a standard Sharpie marker, a sharp utility knife, and a pair of scissors or needle nose pliers. The first thing you need to do is take your measurements. Figure out where you are putting the units for your scene. The method for preparing the surface requires some precision, so map out your layout. Next, you're going to prep the specific units that you will be using. For this video, my primary unit is an Astera Titan tube. Look at the unit and plan where you can mount Velcro to it. If you don't own the unit or it's a rental, perhaps ask ahead of time if you can temporarily add Velcro to the unit, or do it in a way where you aren't going to peel away the company stickers or logos when you remove the Velcro at wrap. I'm going to pick two mounting points for this Astera unit, close to the ends. As you can see, the far end of this Titan tube has buttons, so I'll put my Velcro just before that. Once you know your Velcro points, wet down your rag with rubbing alcohol and clean the areas of the unit where you'll be adding the Velcro. After the rubbing alcohol dries, carefully place the hard, hook side of the Velcro onto the unit. Press it firmly and evenly onto the light. You want the hard side of the Velcro on the unit, and you'll see why later. With the Velcro firmly in place on the light, walk the unit to the wall and audition where you want it to hang. You're going to use the Velcro's position on the unit to mark where you need the other half of the Velcro on the wall. I really want this on a flat area on the face of the brick. If I were to span a gap between bricks, it's going to reduce the area that I have for adhesion. If you need to add more hard Velcro to the light to make sure that it aligns with flat space on your layout, you should do so. With your light auditioned in place on the wall, mark the spots where the hard Velcro lines up. You can use a basic paper tape for this or whatever is convenient and non-destructive. These are the spots where the other half of the Velcro will eventually go. With your spots marked, use a damp rag to thoroughly clean the face of the surface. If your surface is exposed without paint, like the brick in this video, it might stay wet for a while. You need it to be dry before mounting. In this example, I used a bit too much water and had to put a fan on the brick to remove the moisture that was transferred. If you're in a rush, use a barely wet rag so it dries faster. Once it's dry, you're going to use the sticky side of some tape, whichever tape you want, to remove any loose rock or grit. It's like removing lint. Give it a good round of delinting. Now we're going to add a healthy piece of Gorilla tape. For brick like this, it is good to have the tape wrap around the edges of the brick. It may not stick well to the mortar, but these little bends in the tape will give it extra places to cling to. Once the tape is placed, use the back end of a Sharpie marker to press the tape into the brick, or whatever surface you are mounting to. Really go all around and force the tape into the texture of the wall and try to push it into any cracks or divots. Next, we are going to take a pair of scissors or needle nose pliers, and using the points of the tool, we're going to scratch up the surface of the tape. You want the adhesive underneath to remain attached, but we want to create texture on the surface of the tape. Once you have good texture on the tape, you're going to place the soft side of the Velcro. The reason we use the soft side here is because we're going to, again, use the back of the Sharpie to push the adhesive down. If you had used the hard side on the wall, this pressure might crush some of the little hooks, reducing the Velcro's grip. All of these steps should be done for both mounting points or for however many points you decided you need for your particular unit. Once you have the soft side Velcro attached, you can place your unit. Carefully line up the opposing sides of the Velcro and using a firm, gentle rocking motion, get the hooks and loops to attach and let Velcro do what it does. And look, now you've mounted a light to a difficult surface. If these lights are going to be used across a long day or multiple days, it's likely you'll have to pull the unit down for charging, or you may need to cycle in a fresh unit partway through the shoot. You need to remove the lights carefully to preserve the adhesive. I suggest rolling the unit off of the Velcro. Don't pull away from the wall or you risk losing all the adhesion. You can also use a flat tool like the blunt end of the scissors to help break the loop connections as you roll the light off. 2 people might make this easier than a single person if you have multiple mounting points. Some pro tips: if you're going to be shooting close to the unit or it will be in focus and you don't want to see any tape or Velcro sticking out beyond the unit, you'll need to cut away the excess. Get the sharp utility knife out and start scoring the places that need to be removed. It's probably easier to complete these cuts with the light removed. But make sure you trim carefully, and ideally the remaining amount of tape and Velcro is still strong enough to keep things held up. There are other units you might want to mount to the wall that aren't as smooth as the back of the Astera tube. Take this Aputure INFINIBAR, for example. Without any Aputure hardware slid into the back, the light has a recessed backing that is set into the unit. Putting Velcro here in this sunken area might not give enough surface area for mounting to the wall. If you don't have a hardware solution, you can quickly make a fix. I took some cardboard from Crafty and did a little accordion folding to fill up some of the recessed space at the back of the light. Then using some tape, I secured the cardboard down and made a fresh surface for Velcro. Just like the wall, you may want to score this with the edge of the scissors or pliers, and then add your hard Velcro, and now you have your mounting point. And here's the INFINIBAR mounted, but using the exact same mounting points I'd placed earlier for the Titan tube. Remember to clean up all your adhesive and mounting points after you wrap. Don't wreck a great location or prevent others from being allowed to shoot there. I hope you found this set trick useful. If you like it, please hit that like button. And also, subscribe if you're finding my professional tips useful. I'm considering doing a video about the business side of filmmaking, explaining business insurance, equipment insurance, taxes, LLC invoicing, and some of the things I learned the hard way. It all depends on my free time between shooting. Thank you.